So what is advertising appeal? Current state of customer mind and your desired state uh, that you expect in the consumer's mind should match. Only then the brand will have an impact. Okay. So now how do you do this, Yanis? So there is a appeal. When you say appeal is your route to enter in the mind of the consumers. Only when your appeal rightly connects with the customer current state of mind, he will get into looking at you. He will get into looking at reading you. He will get into looking at the solution that you offer. So that's the part that we are going to understand a little better. The first aspect in this framework is to understand human need. Human need is the primary this thing, that is what drives, because human need compels us to see the solution. I'm tired of going to and fro, every day to my place of work. Then the cycle came in. Yeah, the cycle is exposing me to the weather conditions. That's where the car came in. Or yeah, it is too slow, so that's where the scooter and the bikes came in. It's a need which is a primary driver for any motivation, and that needs to be understood. So the need has to be triggered. Need has to be triggered. So that trigger role is being played by the advertising appeal, and there are various kinds of advertising appeal. So one need to get that appeal very well understood. So human need is a basis to appeal. That is what we have earlier understood. So I'm not getting into detailed understanding. However, appeal can be divided into primary and secondary. Primary is something which is very, very essential for me. Secondary is something which is aiding me, making me productive, something. So food, shelter, clothing, etc. is my primary need. Okay. Cycle, bikes, cars, etc. are my secondary need. They are aiding me. Okay. Marketer needs to understand this. Even now, marketer has to not understand from the say the customer side as I represented you, but within this, Apple will have to understand primary need is among which kind of customers. So primary need for Apple products, looking at the product, the functionality, etc. You can say it is designed for the designers, advertising people. It is designed that way. Collagen buying it to show off is a different thing. That's a secondary this thing. So even marketer has to decide who's your primary target. That will come out of the primary need kisko hai, and the secondary target, that is who may buy additional things. So that part is to be really understood. The secondary needs are those which are acquired or learned, etc. So I am getting exposed. I am seeing somebody going by a cycle and I am walking by, so I am developing this thing, or they are like just an add-on. Pani is my primary or the essential need. Thanda pani is my secondary need. Uh, uh, Getting a juice or getting a soft drink is all my secondary need. Primary need is I need to quench my thirst. That's the primary need. So this part is very essential, and that's where the buying motives will emerge. So the connect with that is the buying motives, Yane. So that's what we are trying to understand, the overall appeal and relation to that. So this is what we have understood earlier. So appeal has that human need as an element. The second is the buying motives. So we are trying to understand that buying motive is a place where we came in. So what is the motive? Why what I am looking at? Why I am looking at this? Kind of thing. So the guy who's staying in the hut looks at the chawl people, the comfort, and then therefore his buying motive is I must at least get that comfort. So that's what his motive is, to move into chawl. When he comes to the chawl, he looks at the flat owners, privacy, no need to go for say, toilets and all outside in a common toilet, etc. He looks at that way. Therefore, he feels at least I must have a flat. So that's how we move from one motive to the other motive, or a higher motive, so to say. So let's get into this emotional buying motives. Emotional buying motives is all to do with the love, affection, the curiosity, the trends, the fashion, the pride that it brings to you, etc. So those are the one. Emotion has a negative this thing also, fear, scarcity, etc. So those are the emotional things that will connect with you. Rational is all about economy, the utility, the comfort, convenience, security. What is that rational? I can rationalize, so to say. So these are the aspects. Prestige is all about self-image. So what is my image? And am I connected with that? My product, my use will communicate to people. In that, we have studied somewhere the aspects like a self-image I want to portray. So I use product to portray my self-image. So I buy high-end car to portray that I am a successful person. So those are the aspects that needs to come in. Vanity and pride. What is the pride of association, pride of ownership that you see? So that's what in the while you buying a refrigerator, you may not look for pride or a vanity aspect into it. You may just look for a need of you. So multi-free, multi-door, etc. and all. But while you buy a car, which is going to be seen by the others, while you buy a dress, which is going to be seen by the others, and they may ask you from where did you buy? So I'll say Sabyasachi or Marks and Spencer. Will a different this thing. Then we call a local retailer will have a different impact. So that's what is all about the rationality of it. Patronage, prestige motive. I'm sorry. The patronage is all about what will make you use them, use them again and again, so to say. So service motive, the location, the store loyalty, friendliness of the staff, etc. These are all reasons why people prefer something. Okay. I go there because staff is so friendly, helpful. I go there because I trust them. I go there because their service is excellent, etc. So these are, oh, it is next to me. So therefore, I often go there. So what is it? Why the customer keeps coming to you again and again? So that needs to be also understood by the advertiser to build or structure its appeal. So now we get into one hand, we now have understood what is buying motives versus how the advertising appeal can now play the role. So appeal, when it is done rightly, will realize what is unfulfilled in us or what is a solution that is available to us for my ongoing problem. So once that's a role appeal plays. Second role, it provides you a reason, it provides you a motive to fulfill your need. So that being there, you will get into taking the action. So washing is everybody's need, but all probably cannot afford Surf Excel. So that's where the wheel tikia has come in. So price and economy is an appeal with satisfaction of getting a clean clothes. They show you that collar pe jo laga hua dag, gets cleaned, etc. Surf also does that, but Surf is X rupees per kilo versus the tikia, 10 rupees, 15 rupees, whatever. So that's what is a difference. Advertising appeal and the advertising message. So how we have earlier understood the buying motive vis-a-vis the appeals, now appeals and the advertising message. This stage determines how the message will be executed, how the message will be formatted or constructed, as I said. So format and appeal go hand in hand. Appeal has a direct connotation with the effectiveness. It's an appeal which will open a window in the mind of the consumer or the door in the mind of the consumer. Appeal will only allow an entry, otherwise consumer will let you go, will not even see your communication. So that's what is a critical aspects. So it's an approach to attract the attention of your consumer by giving them a reason to attend to your communication, because you are offering a solution, you are offering something which is of relevance to them. Appeal forms the core message and an execution. So it's a core to the structure. So like I remember that ceasefire when it came, very small fire extinguisher. They didn't talk about having them in the industrial galas or in the building premise, etc. They straight away hit the household by showing the damage that it causes, the fire causes, and how this ceasefire, that's one spray and fire is doused, and it is so handy in house, accessible, and so they like fear this thing appeal they've used to capitalize consumer response. And I remember at that point of time, a lot of house started acquiring ceasefire. Later on, the trend has kind of not been so hot, and you don't nowadays again see the ceasefire in everybody's house. But that's what impact they created.